Every legitimate crypto project has a white paper. It's the document that explains what the project is, how it works, who built it, and why it needs to exist. Most people never read it. They buy based on Twitter hype and price charts. Then they're surprised when the project fails. Reading a white paper takes 30 minutes. It can save you from losing everything. This video shows you exactly how to do it. A white paper is not a legal document. It's not a business plan. It's a technical and philosophical argument for why this project should exist. Bitcoin's original white paper was 9 pages. Ethereum's was 36 pages. Some projects publish 100-page documents full of jargon designed to impress rather than inform. Length is not quality. Clarity is quality. If you can't understand what a project does after reading its white paper, that's the project's failure, not yours. You don't read a white paper front to back. You scan it strategically. There are 5 sections that matter. Everything else is filler. Here's the order. Abstract first, the summary at the top. This should tell you in 2 paragraphs what the project does and what problem it solves. If you can't understand the abstract, stop. A project that can't explain itself simply is either too complex to succeed or deliberately obscuring what it actually does. Neither is good. Problem statement. Second, every legitimate project identifies a specific real problem. The current financial system is broken is not a problem statement. That's a pitch. A real problem statement says Ethereum can process 15 transactions per second. Visa processes 65,000. This creates a bottleneck for global adoption. Specific, measurable, real. If the problem section is vague or emotional rather than technical, the project is selling a narrative, not a solution. The solution and technical architecture. Third. This is where most people stop reading because it gets technical. You don't need to understand every line. You need to understand the core mechanism. How does the project actually solve the problem? If it's a blockchain, how does consensus work? If it's a DeFi protocol, how does the smart contract logic function? If you read the solution section and still don't understand what makes this different from existing solutions, the project hasn't differentiated itself. That's a problem. Tokenomics. Fourth, this is the most important section for investors and the most commonly skipped. Find these numbers: total supply, circulating supply, team allocation percentage, investor allocation percentage, and vesting schedule. If the team holds more than 20% of total supply, that's a yellow flag. If team tokens unlock immediately or within 3 months of launch, that's a red flag. If total supply is unlimited with no cap mechanism, inflation will dilute your holdings over time. The tokenomics section tells you who gets rich and when. Read it twice. Team and advisors, 5th. Real names, verifiable backgrounds, LinkedIn profiles that match the claimed experience. GitHub activity that shows actual code being written. Any project that lists advisors with photos but no verifiable credentials is padding. Any team member whose LinkedIn was created the same month the project launched is a red flag. Cross-reference everything. 5 minutes of searching tells you more than the white paper itself. Now the red flags. Plagiarized content, run sections through a search engine, scam white papers, copy from legitimate projects and change a few words. If paragraphs show up elsewhere, walk away. Guaranteed returns mentioned anywhere in the document. Legitimate projects never promise returns. If the white paper says investors can expect anything specific, it's either a scam or a securities violation. No GitHub repository. If the project has no public code after claiming to be a technical innovation, there is no product. Marketing without a product is fraud. Excessive jargon with no explanation, complexity used to impress rather than inform, is a deliberate tactic to prevent you from identifying weaknesses. If you need a PhD to understand what a payment app does, something is wrong. Roadmaps with no specifics. 3rd quarter 2026 expand ecosystem is not a roadmap. Real roadmaps have specific features, metrics, and technical milestones. Vague roadmaps mean the team hasn't done the planning or doesn't want to be held accountable. The 30-minute process. Minutes 1 to 5 read the abstract. Can you explain the project in one sentence? If yes, continue. If no, stop. Minutes 5 to 10, read the problem statement. Is it specific and measurable? Minutes 10 to 20, skim the technical section. Do you understand the core mechanism even at a high level? Minutes 20 to 25, read the tokenomics in full, screenshot the allocation table, run the numbers. Minutes 25 to 30, search every team member. One Google search each. Do they exist? Do their credentials check out? If the project passes all 5 sections without major red flags, it's worth deeper research. If it fails any one of them, move on. There are thousands of projects. Your capital is limited. The 30 minutes you spend reading a white paper is the cheapest risk management tool available to you. Comment "read it" if you've ever actually read a full white paper before buying, or never if this is the first time you're hearing you should. Next video, I'm breaking down the difference between centralized and decentralized exchanges, which one you should use and when, and the one mistake that costs people thousands switching between them. Subscribe to Unbanked. The old money had a head start. You have the internet.